start off with a man who did an awful lot of work back then, and that was Pádraig Dunn. Paddy, Pádraig is down there. He did an awful lot of stuff way back.
Yeah, well, listen, folks, we have to be very complimentary to Pádraig Dunn. I remember when Pádraig used to come down to our house to my father after he come back from England and gave fierce support to the club in the hurling sense, and then rolled up his sleeves in Manalby and was to the forefront in Manalby in 1981, 82, 83, all during that period. And Pádraig Dunn also served as a Meath minor footballer selector for our region during many years. And the reason I know that, he picked me on a Meath minor football panel in 1980, and I'm very thankful to him for that. But I'd like to acknowledge the contribution of Pádraig Dunn to our club and to the hurling at that particular time.
Now, that's fair enough. Another family that we know that we have from the time taken to you that put a lot into the club was the Clark family, and I think in particular word you want to mention Thomas.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether Thomas Clark is gone, but Joe, his older brother, couldn't be with us here tonight, and Joe was full bag during a lot of our intermediate campaigns, and he's just not well, and he couldn't come here tonight. And I was talking to Thomas earlier, maybe he's gone, but the Clarks, Thomas was physio and our first aid for the club and all that, and gave huge service to the club, as did Joe, and Joe was very disappointed he couldn't be with us here tonight.
Again, we did mention all these rounds of applause are certainly deserved. We mentioned earlier Paddy Corley, but Paddy, Ronan Corley, I think, is he here?
He's here, and Ronan Corley's here, and Ronan Corley could have played for Kildare, but he wouldn't transfer. No, but
I don't know why you wanted to mention that.
No, but listen, I know Richie and different people have covered Paddy Corley. What an unbelievable forward for the club from Galway. And basically what he did up in Drumree, to be nothing in Drumree, in my mind only for Paddy Corley, what he set up. And it's great to see Michelle here and Ronan here tonight. There's always a home for you here, and for your kids, Ronan.
Particularly the kids, if they're any good, particularly the kids, how do you get the form down?
Willingness and Michelle's son, Adam Murphy, who is part of our 5 in a row and teams, is in Australia at the moment. And Michelle is having a whip around tonight to get him home for the championship. So, yeah, very good.
Again, another family to put a lot into Kane. So a man you said you were going to mention that's Pat Kane.
Yeah, well, Pat Kane is here, and I know
he's not there. Where is he?
Yeah, he's there. It's unfair to Pat come up after Brendan and TJ. Pat's the quiet one in his family. Captain's the one that does the talking. But listen, Pat, huge stalwart for our club. I was looking back at photographs there, Frank. 1979, we drew with Killeen and in the under 21 championship, and the beat us in the replay. And Pat was captain of that team at the time. So just unfortunately, we don't want to kill me to death down here, but we just got as many people up as we could. One more person, Frank, that deserves serious mention in the club is Mick Gillick. Mick Gillick was a masseuse, and basically at that time Mick Gillick, anyone that had injuries from any club or anywhere used to go to Mick Gillick. But Mick Gillick was our man during that period. We had him all to ourselves. Many of us went over to his house to get rubbed down and get sorted, and there was never a penny parted. If he was alive today, he'd be making mega bucks. But it's very important to remember the likes of him. He's just someone on the edges of our particular operation at that time that deserves mention.
Well, look, the final word for me in that sense, just before we pack up, is very simply, TJ Kane touched on it. And it's not always easy to recognise from within. It's not always easy to recognise from within the progress that a community or a club like Kiltale have done. But in the 40 years since Frank Sullivan last won a senior football medal, in that 40 years, if the older people that are here will very seriously remember what was here then, as TJ mentioned, and what's here now. And for that, I think you certainly should give a round of applause to all of the people who have been involved with Kiltale over the last 50 years.